Hello, my people. Welcome back to my channel. Marco here for another ENHYPEN reaction. They just dropped their brand new concept cinema film for their brand new era, Desire. Desire Unleashed is their brand new album coming out next month, beginning of next month, June 5th. I cannot wait for this. I love ENHYPEN's concept films or trailers to kick off every era. I've reacted to them since starting from Dark Blood and then Orange Blood and then Romance Untold. Am I missing one? I don't think I am. I hope I'm not. But they've been incredible each and every single time. And so this one is almost 10 minutes, 8 minutes and 57 seconds. I did see a bit of the teaser where it seemed like they were on some sort of talk show theme, I think we're getting. But guys, let's get into this ENHYPEN's Desire concept cinema. And here we go. Ooh.
시작됐어.
What has started?
숨기려고 애쓰지만 때때로 다시 떠오른다. 아무리 애써도 그것에서 벗어날 수 없다.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very special guest with us.
Wow.
We have a real live vampire. Now, I know what you're all probably thinking.
Whoa.
A real vampire? But tonight, folks, we are cutting through the fiction. Tonight, we will find out what it's really like being a vampire. So, do you drink blood, live forever? The whole deal? And yet, here you are on national television. Why?
Oh my god, these transitions! Oh my god, these transitions are crazy.
Because I want to be seen. To remind you that I exist. To remind myself.
What the fuck is that? Like fucking Donnie Darko shit.
Well, I've got loads of questions for you. There is a tremendous amount of fascination surrounding your kind. Do you still feel emotions? You know, love, guilt, desire?
Desire is the one thing that never dies.
Oh, I can't, man. They keep switching members out, man. What is that? Whoa. Whoa. Oh.
시간이 흐를수록 희미해질 줄 알았다.
하지만 어둠은 늘 같은 자리에서 나를 기다린다.
Huh. Oh. Sanu.
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
The eyes. All right, they shouldn't have laughed at him. Their own fault. They walked into that.
타워.
Oh, wow, the hair. Club vampire. I love that castle, man.
빨리 왔네. 준비됐어? 너무 오래 기다렸어.
맞아. 더 이상 기다리지 않아도 돼.
And what happens when you love someone? When you truly, deeply love them? Desire them? What the fuck?
You desire to destroy the things you love. That's who you are. Cursed.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Then you want to destroy them.
If that's true, if you desire to destroy what you love, then what do you love? Is it a curse?
It's desire.
그들은 날 잊었을까? 아니면 여전히 속삭일까? 그 괴물은 사라졌냐고. 다시 인간처럼 살고 싶지는 않냐고.
All right, everyone, stay calm. There's no need to panic. It's just a power outage. These things happen all the time.
Do they?
Hold on, people, slow down. Don't panic. There's no need to panic. Where are you going? Who are you?
그리고 때가 되면 그 지긋지긋한 욕망이 수면 위로 떠오르곤 한다.
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
No, no, no. No! No!
이것이 저주라면 나는 기꺼이 이 밤을 껴안겠다. Tell me your desire.
Okay. A lot of questions I have. Right off the bat, the talk show scenes here remind me a lot of the film Late Night with the Devil. And that came out in 2023. Really good film. It is a horror film. A lot of tongue-in-cheekness in there as well, though. Check that out if you haven't already. Late Night with the Devil. It's about a guy whose wife had passed away. He was a talk show host. He was a very popular and successful talk show host. After the passing of his wife, because he was so distraught with her death, he goes on hiatus. He disappears from the limelight. And then he reappears. And I believe it's his very first episode back. I'm not quite sure. But he wants to make a big splash. He wants to make a prominent comeback in the limelight again. And so he holds a Halloween episode, a Halloween themed episode of his talk show. And he brings some guests over. Like one of the girls that he brings over as a guest is a girl who's possessed. And he brings her over with her doctor. And then he also brings like a skeptic, someone who doesn't really believe in the paranormal or anything like that, trying to prove that, well, no, this girl is not possessed, and no, this stuff isn't real, and blah, 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 blah. But not to spoil anything, a great film. Great film. You get to see, the whole film is the talk show. So you get to see everything that's happening while they're filming, and then all the commotion and chaos that's happening behind the scenes as well. I would not be shocked in the least if the talk show scenes in this little mini film were definitely lifted from that movie, because even the aesthetics of everything is very in line with how that movie, Late Night with the Devil, looks like. So that's definitely, whoever's writing this and the director himself, this definitely has to be inspired by that. I'm going to say this was shot maybe a couple of months ago, because we do have Nikki back with the darker hair, and we all know that he was like bleach blonde right now. I'm not quite sure I get the story. Hee-sung and Nikki never appear on the talk show. They're inside the castle, and they never leave the castle. And I don't know if there's any animosity, because Hee-sung, even the way he looks at the TV when Jay is speaking on the TV. Oh wait, is Nikki watching Jay, and then Hee-sung is watching Jake? Is that what's going on? We're gonna go through this again. The transitions between the members are so good. And after like halfway through, you kind of anticipate them to keep doing that. I love how we have a lot of cobwebs all over the place, all over the furniture. It's like, do you guys not have housekeeping? Do you guys not clean up and dust the place every once in a while? They know how to dress, right? They know how to dress. Apparently they don't know how to sweep or dust. I don't know. That's really good. The acting was so good. I mean, it's not anything like overly difficult in this mini film, but it was really good, I thought. I don't understand what was happening with this girl. Who is she? Where does she come from? Is she part of the webtoon that I haven't kept up with? Again, transitions between Hee-sung and Nikki. And then, of course, on the talk show, it's between Jake and Jay, the JJs. Really interesting. I don't know who she is, though, this girl. Sanu just being a menace in the elevator, killing those people. Hey, they laughed at him. That's their own fault. I love the shot of when the elevator door is closing, and you get that shot of Sanu, right? This, so good. Oh my God, like literally very cat-like, feline-like, you know, and just it's exemplified with the makeup, and oh, so good. So good. It doesn't even break a smirk or anything like that. He plays serious really well, especially because Sanu we're always seeing him smiling and laughing, you know, but I think that when he channels that darkness, and we've seen it before in other concept mini films, he does it so well. So well. Love that. Jungwon, you know, from the back here, I thought it was Nikki. I was like, oh, are we going between black hair Nikki and blonde Nikki? But it's Jungwon. I love the hair. It's like poofed up. So they go to see Sung-un, And I don't know, is Sang-hoon like the nightclub owner here? I guess they needed special access to enter with a tarot card, with which Jung-won did guess. He guessed it was a tower. I love the castle in the background there. Every time I see a castle, I think of the Dark Blood era. I don't know if they're using the same castle or if it's a different castle every time they show a castle in any of their concepts. It looks similar to, I think, previous castles, though, that they've used. I could be wrong. But again, the lighting is really cool. Red lighting, bright red lighting to coincide with, like, you know, the theme of blood. They're drinking blood out of the glass. Are you ready? So, are you ready? I'm assuming because of what... Okay, now, we don't know what this is. Or you guys do, and I don't. Reminds me very much of Donnie Darko. Jake Gyllenhaal, Donnie Darko. That was in the 90s. I don't remember the specific year. That film has a huge cult following. And if you haven't seen that, maybe you should. Really good. Very, like a psychological thriller. And it reminds me of this. There's a rabbit, a bunny in Donnie Darko, and it resembles this monstrosity right here. I don't know what this is supposed to be, though. Is this supposed to be... You desire to destroy the things you love. So is this like... That's who you are. Cursed. Is this the thing that compels them to do bad, to do evil, to destroy what they desire? You know, and it ultimately wins by taking over, and they attack the host, the poor host, Jiminy Cricket, Jimmy. And that's really sad because he was just doing his job. He didn't do anything bad, right? So the moon changes to red. If the monster has vanished, if I wish to live as human again. So that seems to be an ongoing theme within ENHYPEN, is that they seem to go back and forth between owning and celebrating, relishing in the fact that they are vampires, but then also wanting to give that up and wanting to be mortal and to live amongst the people and to fully appreciate, fully experience what it is to be not a vampire anymore, right? So they can truly love, I guess, the person that they want to love, who isn't a vampire, who doesn't have immortality. I'm just connecting the dots. I could be way off, but that's just what I get from this. It's specifically Jake that bites him, because then we zoom in and Jake is the one with the blood. But wait, in this shot, who are we missing? Jay. Jay isn't here. Chungwon Sanu, Jake, Sang-hoon, and then Hee-sung and Nikki are back at the castle. Jay's gone. I don't know where Jay is. Is this an apple? Yeah, they're back at the castle. They haven't left. They don't ever leave, as a matter of fact. When we see Hee-sung and he's seen that girl, that very angelic girl, maybe she's like she's the opposite. Let's see. Look at the look he gives the TV. It's a very disapproving look. Like he wants to start something. But this girl here that we see... I wonder if she's like the opposite. Oh, whoa. Yeah, see, we got to go through this again. I thought this was an apple. No, it's the cup. From afar, it looks like an apple. Park Min-soo, written and directed by Park Min-soo. All right, let's do this again. Full moon right off the bat. Okay. So this looks like some sort of government building. We don't know specifically where they are. I mean, this looks like the Capitol, the U.S. Capitol, but there's many buildings that are built this way, so it may not specifically be, because we don't have the giant steps, might not be the specific building, but it's, I think, meant to resemble. Could also be a church, right? But it looks like it's a government building. So everything turns red. We got to pause that. We got to go through this. Ooh, is that a bat? What is that? I thought it was a bat. It's not a bat, actually. It's... Oh. Wait. I'm not quite sure what that is. Looks like a flower. Looks like a distorted heart. Huh. But you can see how it looks like a bat really quickly, like it's just flying away from the moon. So Sangoon, it's great because the way that we have, you see the little beauty mark that he has on his nose there? He has like a couple on his face, I believe. But this one right here, closest to the eye, and then the eye looking like the moon, the reflection of the moon in the eye. It actually... Okay, it actually resembles this. This. Like, this is his eye. This is his eye. And then this part right here is the beauty mark on the nose. You see that? You see the connection there? Really cool.
시작됐어.
It has started. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
시작됐어.
Okay, so I should have known. So that Jungwon is in the beginning, and for some reason I thought it was Jay. That's why I was a little surprised to see his hair blonde again in this when we show him later on.
시작됐어.
But if he's with Sangoon, then he visits him afterwards with Sanu. I just thought that they would have still been with each other. They're with each other right now, so they would have still been with each other.
숨기려고 애쓰지만 때때로 다시 떠오른다. 아무리 애써도 그것에서 벗어날 수
I
없다.
can't escape it.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very
Even the pen is right. I
special
love
guest
that.
with us. We have
And now
a
we
real
transition to...
live
Oh no!
vampire.
See, they caught me. It's coming. We have Hisung. We have the TV. And now we pan back, and now it's not no longer
Now,
Hisung.
I know what you're all probably thinking.
Nikki.
A real vampire? But tonight, folks, we are cutting through the fiction. Tonight, we will find out what it's really like being a vampire. So, do you drink blood, live forever? The whole deal? And yet, here you are on national television. Why?
Another transition from Jay to Jake.
Because I want to be seen. To remind you that I exist. To remind myself.
Well, I've got loads of questions for you. There is a tremendous amount of fascination surrounding your kind. Do you still feel emotions?
It's so interesting because it's Jake, the one that's saying, I want to be seen. It's like he's not the one that's being asked a question.
Here you are on national television.
It's Jay that's being
Why?
asked a question. And then the answer is coming from Jake, who says, I want to be seen. And it's like we're seeing him, but we're not really seeing him because the initial interview is beginning and directed towards Jay, not Jake.
Because I want to be seen.
So who's answering that? Jay or Jake? Obviously, physically, we see Jake, but the audience and Jimmy, the interviewer, is he seeing Jay? You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this?
To remind you that I exist.
To remind you that I exist. And maybe like that might not even be the answer that Jay's actually giving, because it's Jake that really wants to be seen and heard. We, the audience, us just watching this, breaking the fourth wall, watching this, are shown Jake. Do I make
To
sense?
remind myself.
I like the tie. Crazy. Crazy. The interviewer is really good as well.
Well, I've got loads of questions for you.
So
There
obviously
is a
he reacted to the way Jake answered, and he's like spooked out a bit by that. But does he, I mean, they don't see the switch up, right? The audience and Jimmy are seeing only Jay, I assume.
Well, I've got loads of questions for you. There is a tremendous amount of fascination surrounding your
Oh my god, we're
mind.
drinking at the same time.
Do you still feel emotions?
I got no blood in the cup, just coffee, I promise. Well, maybe this is his version of coffee, right?
Love, guilt, desire.
Desire.
The way that he says that, the way that he looks when he's being asked this question.
Desire?
Desire
Desire.
is the one thing that never dies.
I like the way he says that too. It's the one thing that never dies. So matter of fact. See, what's this look? He's saying, what's this look? He's upset he didn't get invited to the show. Okay, so see, this is telling us, what's it telling us? I don't know. He's pissed off about something. And now we're gonna see. So where is this taking place? I assume this is taking place like in the basement of their castle. Who is she? It's like she's underwater. So great, so great. So again, another transition between Hee-sung and Nikki. Look at the eyes, bro. The slicked back hair. I think if he was blonde for this, it still would have worked. But I do like to see the black hair, just because like everything's dark. You know, they want him to look and feel like he's dark. Darkness is happening. You know, it's just the imagery is just so great. So we have her, and then this. So does this insinuate that she's actually bad? She's evil? I don't think so.
시간이 흐를수록 희미해질 줄
I thought it would fade with time,
하지만
but darkness
어둠은 늘
always
같은
lurks in
자리에서.
the same place. This creature that we're seeing, this is temptation. I believe this is temptation. It is the bad side of temptation. And the girl that we see is the good side of temptation. And so you see how they're reaching out for the girl. And then when we see this creature, they don't reach out anymore.
시간이 흐를수록
Right?
희미해질 줄 알았다.
Yeah. Hee-sung backs away.
어둠은 늘 같은 자리에서 나를 기다린다.
Nikki's voice, man, like he can just narrate everything and it would just sound so poetic. You know, we're seeing them act, but I've said time and time again, I really want to see these guys act. Like I want to see them in a full-fledged feature film, because this is acting, but this is very like sporadic and cut up and kind of all over the place. I want like an hour and a half fully featured film with character arcs and all that kind of stuff. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I really, really do. And I know that's going to take a lot of time if they were to do that. Any movie to film feature length, it's going to take a lot of time. But like day one, I would be there to watch it day one.
하지만 어둠은 늘 같은 자리에서 나를 기다린다.
It doesn't even have to be ENHYPEN related or vampire related, you know? He was about to press 8. 8's my favorite number. Literally, his finger begins with 8. Then it goes down to, I don't know what symbol that is, but interesting.
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
What's so funny? He's about to show you what's so funny. Yeah. He does give a bit of a smirk there. Happy with himself. So at some point, Chungwon and Sungwoon separated, or he could have just left just to meet up with Sunu, and then in order to get back in, he has to, you know, give another. Like I went to a concert recently, and I went outside. After I was already inside, I got my wrist stamped and everything. I got like the wristbands. After I went outside and I wanted to come back in, they made me go and wait in the line all over again, and it had to be searched all over again as if it was my first time going in. So I'm just thinking maybe this is it, and maybe the tarot card, it changes every time, and you have to correctly guess what it is in order to come in. I'm just making up lore right now.
Tower.
Tower. Oh, you know what? Is tower, I think, the button. It looks like a tower. Yeah? I think maybe that's what that is.
Tower.
She's like frozen in place almost. Isn't it crazy that it's like lightning? It's thunder and lightning inside. They're not outside, they're inside. It's crazy. The lightning in the background there on the wall. That's cool, bro.
빨리 왔네. 준비됐어?
So the "Are you ready?" I feel like is them, because what they do on the talk show with Jimmy by the end of it all, I feel like it's them going public, right? Going public with the fact that they are vampires.
너무 오래.
Do you feel that we've waited too long? Do you feel that Jay going on the show, Jay and subsequently Jake going back and forth, do you feel like them going on the show, like, first of all, how did they book this this episode on this TV show, right? Like were they like, hey, so we're vampires and we want to come out, we want everybody to see that we're vampires, you know? And like, I'm assuming Hee-sung and Nikki are against this. They don't want them to do this, which is why they stay behind in the castle. So they're coming out. The rest of them are like, yeah, no, we're going to come out and we're going to show the world who we truly are. Vampires do exist. We are them. And this is what we do.
오래 기다렸어. 맞아.
더 이상 기다리지 않아도 돼.
And what happens when you love someone? When you truly
So now it's directed
deeply
towards Jake. Yeah.
desire them?
Okay.
You desire to destroy the things you love. That's who you are. Cursed.
Yeah. Again, the back and forth between it's cool to be a vampire. What's the Lost Boys? I'm sure you guys have seen The Lost Boys. What year did that come out? 1980 something. Let me check that up right now. One of my favorite vampire movies, The Lost Boys. And you know, The Lost Boys, that title is taken from, of course, Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. But the tagline for that movie is also lifted from Peter Pan because it describes the Lost Boys in Neverland, but it also describes the vampires in the movie, The Lost Boys. 1987. I think this was filmed in fictional town of Santa Carla, California. So do you remember the movie Us? Jordan Peele's Us. Do you remember in the beginning when they're out on the beach? They're going to the fair. Remember, it's the mom, it's the dad, and then it's the little girl. And you see the Ferris wheel and everybody's out and, you know, everyone's having fun. And I think it's the dad or the mom that makes a comment and they're like, oh, they're shooting a movie. They're shooting a movie down there. Oh, that's cool. That's very meta of Jordan Peele because the movie they're filming in universe in the movie Us is The Lost Boys. Like they're filming the movie The Lost Boys. A lot of people didn't get that. I got that right away when I watched that movie and I was like freaking out. The movie was shot in Santa Cruz. Okay, so the point that I'm trying to make with the Lost Boys, sorry, is the tagline. So this is the tagline for the film, okay? Sleep all day, party all night. Never grow old, never die. It's fun to be a vampire. That's a tagline. And when you read it, sleep all day, party all night, never grow old, never die, that completely fits The Lost Boys in Neverland. But then the twist is at the end, it says, it's fun to be a vampire because it relates to being a vampire as well. So it makes me question, why give all that up? The immortality. You get to do whatever the hell you want to do, live forever, give all that up to be human. You can't do that. Humans get tired. You know what I mean? And like we fall in and out of love and we have a lot of heartbreak and we turn on each other. We're dishonest. You know, it's messy. It's messy. It's complicated, overly emotional. I mean, these guys seem like they're overly emotional as well because they got a lot of desire, right? So there's definitely parts of them that relate to being human. Absolutely. And it's like they're only halfway there and they want the full course, for lack of a better term, full course meal. So the desire, I think, is not just for love, finding someone to love and to be with, but the desire is to be human and to feel all the great and miserable, ugly, beautiful things that it's like to be human, right?
Then you want to destroy them.
So this is not good. You desire to destroy the things you love.
That's who you are.
Cursed. Yeah. I love his tie, by the way.
Then you want to destroy them.
If that's true, if you desired to destroy what you love, then what do you love? Is it a curse?
It's desire.
그들은 날 잊었을까? 아니면 여전히 속삭일까?
Have they forgotten about me or do they still wonder and whisper?
그 괴물은 사라졌.
Looks like an eye with the shadow all around it and then the pupil, the moon in the middle, that's an eye. If the monster has vanished, if I wish to live as human again, yeah.
다시 인간처럼 살고 싶지는 않냐고.
All right, everyone, stay calm. There's no need to panic. It's just a power outage. These things happen all the time. Hold on, people, slow down. Don't panic. There's no need to panic. Where are you going? Who are you?
그리고 때가 되면 그 지긋지긋한 욕망이 수면 위로 떠오르곤 한다. Jimmy.
Poor Jimmy. What did he do?
No.
이것이 저주라면 나는 기꺼이 이 밤을 껴안겠다.
He's fully succumbing to the dark side, you know? There is no desire without temptation. I think this is a very important point that needs to be made. You cannot have temptation without desire. You cannot have desire without temptation. That doesn't necessarily mean that temptation is bad or the desire is toxic. But if you desire something, you're tempted. You're tempted towards doing something about what it is you desire. And vice versa. You have a temptation because you desire something or someone. So the two work hand in hand. So everybody saw that. But again, he sung in this castle with the mirror and Nikki as well. I don't know. So cool. Oh, is that I don't know if that's a giant snake on his robe. If you see the back, looks like a giant snake. Oh, I think it is a snake. Oh, wow. You see that? I think it's a snake. Hey, at least they show up in the mirror.
Tell me your desire.
Yeah, I thought it was an apple. I love the red font. I love the yellow font as well. Love the vampire bites. I got vampire bites on this side. Just little tattoos. I mean, they're subtle. But I actually want to add more to it. Like maybe I want to just make them just a bit bigger. Maybe just to make, I think just to like make this skin look like it's like broken into, it's pierced just a bit more. Because I really do like this. I did actually use ENHYPEN as reference. Some of the photos that I think it was during Dark Blood, the Dark Blood era. I use that as a bit of reference. But ink is a tricky thing on skin because if you want bigger details, the image itself that's being tattooed needs to be bigger. The smaller you go, the details get lost and they fade away much quicker, right? Because everything just blends in with each other. But I think I do want to make them a bit bigger and more prominent. I just love the look of them. Yeah. Poor guy though. He didn't do anything wrong. But maybe we'll see more of him. Cause he's still kicking. But does this mean he's a vampire now? Vampire. We know the gist of like what happens with vampires and what their lore is, but it's always changing. And depending on who's telling the story, it's very flexible. So maybe you die if you get bitten by a vampire, or you become a vampire yourself, or maybe you fall under a spell in which you're not a vampire, but now you're controlled by one and you're like a puppet. You're a slave to a vampire. Like you can make it all up, right? Depending on how you want the story to go. So does that mean Jimmy's a vampire now? I don't know. Hopefully he still has his job by the end of this. But yeah, this was fantastic. I love the old school vibe with the talk show. And again, it's very late night with the devil, with the aesthetics and the colors and all that. Really, really, really cool. I didn't expect us to get like music hints of any of the songs. We did get that for Orange Blood, the Orange Blood teaser mini film. I do remember that because we got like Orange Flower in that. But did we get anything for Romance Untold? I think we got a couple of lyrics. I don't know if we got any actual music from the album in that mini film. The Dark Blood mini film we did not get. I don't recall ever getting anything from the album music wise, but here we didn't as well. But I wasn't really expecting it. All in all, this was fantastic, and I maintain what I said. I want them to do a feature full-length movie. It doesn't have to be ENHYPEN related, doesn't have to be vampire related, although it would be really, really, really cool if they did. But yeah, this is fantastic. I cannot wait for this new era. I cannot wait for this new album. And you bet your ass you're going to be reacting to a whole bunch of stuff from this era, so stick around for that, guys. That is going to be it for today. Let me know what you thought of this concept cinema film from ENHYPEN, Desire. I would love to hear your comments below. Let me know if I got anything right, if I got anything wrong, you know, because I'm just trying to figure this out in real time. I'm pretty sure some of this I got right. I'm pretty sure some of this I got wrong. But that's the fun of this, you know, is the guesswork, filling in the blanks, if you will. But yeah, that's it. That's all, guys. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We'll speak again real soon with some more ENHYPEN on the way. Peace.